Alright, in this video we're going to talk about how to organize the files and folders that are on your computer. Organizing the files and folders in your computer is kind of like organizing the files and folders in your binder. It's really important to do so you know where to go find your stuff when you need it. So what we're going to start with is how to get to your files and folders. On Windows 10, especially the version that you use at school, you may not have an icon that takes you straight to your files and folders. What you need to do is first get a little shortcut to the program on your computer that lets you see files and folders, and that's called Explorer. So down here in the Windows search bar, if you search the term EXPLOR, so you'll see that there's File Explorer right here. If you click that and then open it up, you'll see that you now have a way to see different files and folders on your computer. What we're going to do is I'm going to put that up inside here. I'm going to just take any of these folders, maybe even this quick access one, and I'm going to click it and I'm going to drag it onto my desktop. Now I made a little link to it on my desktop. So now from here on out, if I want to start looking at files and folders, I can just double click it to open up. Now that I've opened it up, I'm going to maximize this window. What we're going to be doing is going through and taking a look at where have you kept your stuff on your computer. Odds are you've kept your stuff in your Documents folder. So from along the navigation bar here, click Documents. Now in Documents, you may see a whole mess of documents that you've saved since the time that you were in elementary school. Because the way the computers at school here work is that you have a little drive. You have a network drive. And that drive is part of our whole district's kind of intranet, which is a way of connecting all our files and folders together. And so that way, whenever you sign into a computer, the reason when you sign into a computer for a first time and it takes a while to load, it's because it's pulling all your stuff onto that computer so you can see it. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to make some new folders. So right here, you can click New Folder. On that new folder, I want you to title it Middle School. I want you to click New Folder and do another one called Elementary School. And then inside that folder, so go inside Middle School, I want you to make a new folder, one for each of your classes, like Language Arts, maybe one for Math. This class is Computers. And then what you'll be able to do is when you get stuff for those classes, you can navigate to those places and actually save it to those places. So if you get something for this class, you'll navigate to Computers and save it for that class. One thing that's also important to know about is your breadcrumb. This is called breadcrumbs because just like in Hansel and Gretel, the story about the kids that went walking in the woods and were total idiots and tried to use breadcrumbs to lead their way back, these are actual breadcrumbs that animals won't eat and leave you lost in the woods. These breadcrumbs show you where you started. You started in your computer overall, you went to the Documents folder, and now you're in Middle School. There's other ways to get to Documents because along your quick access bar over here, you would click Documents. So what I want to do for this assignment, when you are done, turn in a screen snip that shows me you have organized your files and folders. Maybe that's a screen snip of your documents that shows that you have no more loose documents hanging out, you've drug everything where it needs to go. Or maybe it's something inside in the Middle School part where you've put those documents into it. Now, how do you get those documents in there, you may ask? Well, here's one good way to do that. One way to do that is to take this window that's open, look on your computer, hold down the Windows button. It's a little like kind of wiggly square in the bottom. Hold down the Windows button and tap one of the arrow keys on one side or the other. Now, Windows 10 is going to bring up some options of different things you might want to have on the other half of your screen. If one of those things that you want isn't right there, then all you need to do is double-click the Quick Access shortcut and do Windows button and the other side, and now your screen has been split. Now I could go into my Documents and see all the things that I need to organize, and then over here I could go back and forth, go to my middle school stuff or my elementary school stuff, and click and drag things into the right folders from where they need to belong. So for example, like this demo word count form I have, maybe that's something I made in my language arts class. So I would go into my middle school and then language arts, so I'll click and drag, and now I'm going to drop it in my language arts. The other way I could do that is I could do a key command. I could select it, hold Control on my keyboard, and tap the X key. See how it kind of gets grayed out? That means it's like ready to move. And then I'll go into the folder where I want to put it, maybe my language arts folder, and I'll hold Control and tap the V key, and that'll paste it in, V like Velcro, or paste it in into the right place. So there's a couple different ways to do that thing. When you're done, overall, show me that you have organized your documents and organized the folders on your computer by using a screen snip.